Kemper, right over there. Bo was involved in baseball and softball. He graduated from Covington Catholic in 1962. That was 2 years after I graduated and 1 year after Dick Manley graduated. Bo started his baseball career playing knot-hole out in Latonia. He made the All-Star team every year up to his Class A ball. And at that time, he maintains that he had to face a curveball, a breaking ball. And that, of course, led to the demise of a lot of players going into the major leagues. After knot-hole, Bo played several years of CYO baseball. He had to work all through high school, as many kids did back at that time, so he didn't have a chance to play high school sports. He also played in several softball leagues in the area for over 24 years, playing with different tournament teams and league champions. He played third base for Maine Tavern when I was playing softball, and Danny Tiemann was the shortstop, and many of you remember him. I was the second baseman, and Tiny Stebbin was the first baseman. Anyway, he was a good softball player with us. Along the way, he spent a couple years in Vietnam. His greatest accomplishment came as a coach and organizer. He was instrumental in the development of the instructional basketball program for first and second graders at Villa Madonna. He also coached elementary school girls basketball, where his team won the 6th grade state championship. He also coached girls recreational softball for many years. His wife Tootie is here, his son Chris and his wife Jenna, his daughter Mackenzie's with us. Anyway, he's my brother-in-law. Marie, my wife, only sibling, was Tootie, Ruth over here. Anyways, he was a good athlete, but he truly is a better human being. Come on up here, Bobo. I call him Bobo Walensky.
Notice how there's some car wash.
There you go, Bo. Give me a little cheek.
Thank you, Ken, for that wonderful introduction. And thank you, committee, for electing me to the Hall of Fame. Although in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking that there might have been some alcohol involved in that. I think it was Johnny Bench that once said that the Hall of Fame should be for the great, not just the near great. I don't know that I ever achieved even near great status in my athletic career. I started out in knot-hole in Class C, C League, and I actually, as Ken said, made the All-Star team in C League and B League before they started throwing breaking pitches in A League, and I never made the All-Star team again. I didn't have the privilege of playing sports in high school. I started working in a drugstore early in my freshman year at Covington Catholic and brought home the grand total of $10.42 a week, of which I gave my parents $5 to pay for my high school education. They never asked me to split 42 cents. But that didn't keep me from playing sports. I started bowling in a men's league with my dad and grandfather when I was 14 at the old Mergards in Covington. For you young people, that's where Braxton Brewery is now. Mergards was on the second floor. And I lived a block and a half from old 9th District School in Latonia, where you could always get up a basketball game. Or in the summer, with just a buddy of yours, you could play a game of strikeout. And then we could go down the hollow, which is where the so-called new 9th district is now, which they are talking about closing. That's where we had our little baseball field, with right field always out. And then this fall, we had our football field. We had a multi-purpose field long before Riverfront Stadium. I'll put it this way, it was rare if I was ever the best player on any team I played on. And I was fortunate to play on some very good teams, especially in softball with many of the guys that are in the Hall of Fame. If I was the best player, it probably wasn't a very good team.
Oh.
But the philosophy that I had was that it wasn't about me. It was about the team. And that's the same philosophy that I tried to impart to the kids that I coached in baseball, in softball, and in basketball. It's not about you, it's about the team. Do what you can with your ability to help the team get the win. And I'd like to end this by quoting Larry Fitzgerald, the All-Pro wide receiver for the Arizona Cardinals, who said this: "It was about being present with the players and having a good time and trying to win and doing it the right way, with sportsmanship and competitive drive." And I'd like to thank my dad and my uncles on both sides of the family, and my coaches in recreation basketball, Bernie Andrews, in the 8th grade, George Deitmery, and in Knothole, Doug Vogelsang, and Bill Curran, and Art Geisen, and Bill Gerwig, and Mr. Beamish, and I'm sorry, Mr. Beamish, I forgot your first name, for teaching us to play the games the right way, with sportsmanship. And again, I'd like to thank you, Ken, and the board of directors for electing me to the Hall of Fame. I'd like to thank my wife, Tootie, daughter, Mackenzie, son, Chris, daughter-in-law, Jenna, and my brother, Don, for being here today to help me celebrate this great occasion. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Outstanding job. Bo gave a lot.